I still remember the first time I called her beautiful. She looked up from her phone, blinked twice, then laughed like I had just told the worst joke imaginable. Stop lying. At first, I thought it was cute. Not the insecurity itself, but the way she'd hide her smile after I complimented her. The way her cheeks turned pink, even while she denied everything I said. You have the prettiest eyes I've ever seen. They're literally basic brown eyes. You look amazing today. I look dead. I love your laugh. It's annoying. Every compliment I gave her got thrown back at me like it offended her. Still, I loved her. Her name was Maya, and when we first started dating, she was the kindest person I'd ever met. She remembered tiny details about me. She'd text me to make sure I ate. She'd stay awake just to hear me rant about my day. But the longer we dated, the more I realized something painful. No matter how much love I gave her, she genuinely couldn't see herself the way I saw her. And eventually, that started affecting us. At first, it was small things. She'd accuse me of settling for her. Then she started comparing herself to every girl she saw online, every actress, every influencer, every random girl walking past us. One time, we were at the mall together, and I looked behind her because I heard someone call my name. That's it. Just looked away for 1 second. The entire mood changed instantly. You think she's prettier than me, huh? What? The blonde girl, Maya. I literally didn't even look at her. You don't have to lie. And no matter what I said after that, it didn't matter. That became our routine. I'd reassure her. She'd reject it. I'd try harder. She'd believe me less. I didn't understand how exhausting reassurance could become until I lived through it every day. People think loving someone insecure just means complimenting them more. It's not. It's watching someone fight against every ounce of love you give them. And slowly, it started changing me too. I became careful with my words, careful with my eyes, careful with social media, careful with who I followed, careful with what I liked. I felt like I was constantly trying to prove my loyalty in a relationship where I'd never even cheated. One night, things finally exploded. We were on FaceTime. She had sent me a picture of herself after getting ready for dinner with her friends. She looked stunning, like genuinely breathtaking. So naturally, I told her, "Damn, you look gorgeous." She rolled her eyes instantly. "No, I don't." "Yes, you do." I literally edited the picture. "Okay, you still look good. You're just saying that because you're my boyfriend." "Maya, why do you always do this?" The second I said that, the room went quiet. "What do you mean?" I sighed, and honestly, I was tired. Every time I compliment you, you argue with me. Because it's not true. But it is true to me. No, it's not. How are you going to tell me what I think? I know you're lying to make me feel better. That sentence irritated me more than it should have. Because after nearly 2 years together, she still thought I was lying. I'm not your enemy, Maya. I didn't say you were. Then why does it feel like you never trust anything I say? She got quiet again. Then she whispered something I'll never forget. Because if I believe you, and one day you stop feeling that way, it'll destroy me. That hit me harder than any argument we'd ever had, because for the first time, I understood the real issue. It wasn't that she thought I was lying. It was that she hated herself so much that believing I loved her felt dangerous, like she was setting herself up for heartbreak. After that night, I stopped trying to fix her insecurity with non-stop reassurance. Not because I didn't care, but because I realized something important. You cannot love someone into loving themselves, no matter how hard you try. So instead, I changed how I handled things. When she insulted herself, I stopped arguing aggressively. I'd just speak calmly. You don't have to see yourself the way I do yet, but don't call yourself ugly around me, because I won't agree with that. When she compared herself to other girls, I stopped over-explaining. I chose you. That should matter more than strangers online. And slowly, very slowly, things began changing. Not magically, not overnight, but little moments started appearing. One day, she sent me a selfie without a filter for the first time. Another day, she wore a dress she used to hate because she thought it made her look fat. Then came the moment that honestly meant more to me than anything else. We were laying in bed together watching a movie. Completely random moment. No makeup, messy hair, half asleep. I looked at her and smiled. You're beautiful. Normally, she would have denied it instantly, but this time, she just looked down shyly and whispered, "Thank you." No argument, no rejection, no self-hatred, just thank you. And I swear that small moment almost made me emotional. Because healing doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's just someone finally accepting kindness without fighting it. We still had struggles after that. Insecurity doesn't disappear overnight. Some days she still doubted herself. Some days she still overthought everything. But she stopped treating my love like it was fake. And eventually, she started becoming softer with herself too. The biggest lesson I learned from loving her: patience matters, but boundaries matter too. If you constantly pour love into someone while they destroy themselves in front of you, eventually you'll drown too. You can support someone, encourage them, remind them of their worth, but they also have to want to heal. And thankfully, she finally did. Now whenever I compliment her, she still blushes like before, but instead of saying, "Stop lying," she smiles and says, "You really think so?" And every single time, I answer the same way. Yeah, I really do.